everyone, it's Steve with Aptera Owners Club. In this video, I wanted to talk a little bit more about this Aptera Accelerator program because it's kind of fun to watch the leaderboard. This has been going on for 3 days. So as you remember, this is the program that was started on the 27th. And what they're doing is they're essentially auctioning off the first 2,000 Aptera to investors based on the total amount invested. And so you have to invest an additional $10,000 to get on the list. So if you invested like $1 million before and you don't invest 10,000 extra dollars, well, you're not on the list. But if you invest another $10,000, now you have $1,010,000, and that would put you currently at the top of the list. So that is their way of getting kind of kickstarting the funds to get into manufacturing. And a lot of people felt that this was unfair. I see a lot of comments saying, "Oh, like I put in my order right when Aptera relaunched, and I've been waiting for 2 years, and then some rich person is going to jump the line ahead of me." And that feels in some way unfair. However, I think the Aptera is at a place now that they need money to get into production. If they don't get to the funds, no one's getting an Aptera. So essentially, it's either you get the person that's been waiting for 2 years, like me. I put my money in. I put my order in, I think, the day after they relaunched. So I was probably one of the first 500 people, or maybe first. I just barely missed the paradigm. So I was like in the first 400 people that ordered an Aptera. So these people are all jumping the line ahead of me, and I think that's great, because if they don't come up with the funds, I'm never getting my Aptera. So would I rather never get my Aptera or get my Aptera after these first 2,000 people? Well, I know for me, I would rather get my Aptera after these first 2,000 people. Or let's say that it would take them longer without this program to make my Aptera. And so like maybe they would start 2 years from now. But with this Accelerate Aptera program, maybe they'll start production a year from now. And then it'll take them 2-3 months to get through the first 2,000 people, or maybe even 6 months. I'll still get my Aptera 6 months before I would have gotten it without this program. So I think in some way I understand the feelings of people that feel like this is unfair, but in a way, if you think about it, this helps everyone get their Aptera faster, which I think is a good thing. Okay, so anyways, this is their current leaderboard, and they started this 3 days ago, and a lot of things have changed. This has been a topic of much discussion on our Discord channel, and it seems like every time we make a suggestion on the Discord channel, it gets implemented into this leaderboard, which I think either they're thinking the exact same thing as we are at the same time, or someone's kind of watching our Discord channel and implementing our suggestions, which I think is kind of fun. One of the things they implemented is what we realized right away is that the amount invested, because a couple of these people are on our Discord channel, and they told us this amount invested does not reflect their previous investments. And so pretty soon after that, this little asterisk came up that says currently only shows new investments of greater than $10,000 since January 27th, 2023. So we know that. And then they said leaderboard rankings will be updated soon with a new column showing the total invested amount by each investor made prior to the January 27th. So there'll be a new column that's probably like total invested, and it'll show a different number, because I'm sure many of these people invested previously. And then, they were initially saying that they might update maybe once a day or something like that. But we were like, if you want to make this exciting, you should just update it as close to real time as possible. And that seems like what they're doing. They have a script, and it's running pretty much as close to real time as possible. And then we thought it'd be fun if we could find out what the total amount of new dollars have come in. And then they soon implemented this thing. So now it shows that $1.2 million have been raised in 3 days, which is more than the total that was raised in almost 2 months of the Republic crowdfunding campaign. So that's 1.1 million raised from about almost 1,000 investors over close to 2 months. And then here we're raising more than that amount in 1/10 the number of investors in about less than 1/10 the time. Now, at the rate that this is going, $1.2 million over 3 days, this campaign is going to run for about 60 days. We're on track to get to a little over $20 million, which I think they're hoping for a little more than that. And so what's probably going to happen, this is just totally my guess, is that the people that are putting in money now are people that ordered their Aptera kind of later. And so they're like far down the list. They're like number like 30,000 down the list. And they're like, I'm just going to put in 10,000, see where I end up. And if I get in, a lot of these people I think are just trying to be like, I'll put in 10,000 just so I can get one of the first 2,000 vehicles, because otherwise I'm going to be like at number 30,000. And then there's a few people that are trying to get one of the top like 10 or top 100 Aptera, because it's, if Aptera makes it to production and survives, I honestly believe that these launch editions will be collector items. And especially if you have one of the top 10 or top 100 vehicles, these are going to be collector items. Aptera VIN number 1, that's really cool. And I think there's a few people that are like, I think the top 10, 100, couple hundred spots will be very coveted. And what's going to happen is there's going to be initially a lot of activity. So that's what we're seeing, is the initial rush of activity. And I think it is going to quiet down in the mid stages. That's my guess, is that people are going to wait and see where it ends up. And because people are wondering, like, if I put in $10,000, am I going to get kicked off the list? And then I've put in $10,000 for no reason. And I think my guess is that that's not going to be the case. I think $10,000 will get. I think $10,000 will get you in the 2,000 place. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that it takes more than that to get into 10,000, because that means Aptera will have raised more money and we'll all get our Apteras faster. But I suspect that that's going to be the case. But I believe that there's going to be a rush of activity for the first top 10 and top 100 spots, and we're going to see a bidding war in the last day. The very last day on March, what is the date? March 26th. So on March 26th, I think you're going to see a crazy frenzy of activity as people jockey for position in the top 10 and top 100 spots. And we're going to see these dollar amounts go much higher, although whoever this person is, $136,000, that is a significant investment. I'm thinking like we're going to see Sandy Monroe show up on here, because I think Sandy Monroe put in a few million, so he would definitely be top of the list if he puts in another 10,000 here. But maybe it's Sandy Monroe. He's going to get the first one no matter what. One of the pre-production, out to normal customers thing. So maybe he's like exempted from this. But anyways, I think there's gonna be jockeying for position in the top 10 and top 100. But then there's gonna be this long string of people that are just at 10,000. My guess is like the last 1,000 or 500 people are going to be just like the minimum $10,000, but that the big dollar amount's going to happen in the top 10 and top 100 cars. Anyways, it's really fun to watch this and refresh this like a couple of times a day to see what it was at. And the top guy on the list just showed up fairly recently. He showed up at 8 p.m. So I think that's probably the most recent investment. Yeah, that's the most recent investment. So that just showed up, because I checked it earlier and we were at we were at under $1 million. So we raised about $200,000 just in the past couple of hours, which is great. Okay, so anyways, we'll kind of keep an eye on this, and we'll see the jockeying for position. So I suspect that it's going to be, I suspect March 26th is going to be an exciting day, is my prediction. We'll see how accurate I am. Okay, well, tell me what you guys think. Is it unfair, this program? And do you feel like it's fair, or do you feel like the same way I do, that basically this helps everyone get their Aptera faster, so it's a good thing? And tell me how you guys think this will play. And what'll be fun is tell me what you think the #1 spot's gonna go for. And do you guys think that $10,000 is going to be enough to make it to the top spot, to the top 2,000, or do you think you'll get kicked off if you just invest $10,000? All right, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks as always to our supporting members. Have a great day.